Hello, this is Smizzle the Slayer doing a live Blitz chess game commentary in the Sicilian. And quickly, I got, it's like a closed Sicilian? Yeah, that's what it's called. So, I'm just going to develop kind of simply here. Queen c7, which allows a queenside castle if I want to. I don't think I do though. I'm going to go right. Castle kingside, knight d5, king to h8. That's so I can play f5 if I want to, which I kind of don't right now. But it's a possibility. I rook e8 against the queen and so bishop to d1. So now I got f5 here, which will help break open this, and my rooks are pretty well positioned. And this stuff will, oh wow. So now I'm going to be able to d5. No, I don't have anything on d5. I'm going to play knight e5. Gotta be careful about this pawn and this bishop here. I want to play d5 here and break open the center. Okay, that makes it a lot easier. Maybe I'll try to just play another game here. Hopefully he'll resign instead of playing on. Yeah, okay. So I'll just try to play another game. Sicilian again. E6. No, this is a fianchetto Sicilian. Pretty much, see, I kind of do the same thing every time I play the Sicilian. At least these kind of Sicilians. Usually I try to play the dragon. If you watch my other videos, you know that. But all these weird Sicilians, I pretty much just try to get this pawn structure, the bishop on b7, and knight on f6, bishop e7, castle some way. I think actually, yeah, I want to go to c7 here. That's kind of weird, but I think it'll work. Maybe we won't. So now this thing's under a lot of problems here. I think I'm gonna try to sacrifice this pawn, but I don't really know what a good way would be to do that. I think actually if I go here, yeah, if I go, he's got the knight here. Maybe knight to e5 actually, and then he can take out the bishop is the problem. Because the thing is, if I pin this knight to the bishop, that's not too bad. But if I just go here, he plays knight c5, bishop here, then he can just take this knight. I guess I take the rook then. Yeah, I'll do that. So if he takes the... he's just going to play with a check. Well, to win the pawn, do I play with F? The queen, I mean, or the knight? I think I'll just do the knight just to finish my development. I'll castle. Okay, let's just go with a check here. Oh, that's terrible. That's really funny. Well, I guess I'll just... yeah, I'll resign this one and try to play another one. Oops, after a draw. Hopefully this one won't involve a blunder. I've actually played this guy, Maj Powell. I'm not sure how you'd want to pronounce that, but I played him quite a bit. I don't really remember. I think we've had a couple of games. I think I might actually have some videos of where I played him before. Hopefully this game doesn't just involve a terrible blunder. I haven't posted a video in a long time, so I kind of don't remember where I was with my last videos. I think I was actually... I don't really remember at all, actually. But this... I got just this weird queen's... What is this? The Ragozin? It's not quite. Now it's like a... It's just a... It's like a Queen's Indian. Yeah, that's what it would be. Now it's a Queen's Indian. I guess it's a Nimzovich kind of thing. The classical Nimzovich. Nimzo Indian, I mean. I can just go ahead and do this. Capture with the pawn. Play e4. bishop to d3, maybe e5. Okay, not e5. Bishop to d3, castles, knight to d2, f4. Kind of seems pretty good with his king in the center still. He can castle really quick though. But f5, f5 doesn't look as promising. d5. Here definitely. Now his bishop's locked in. Now knight to d2. That doesn't matter. f4, knight to f3. If I'll just take here, that doesn't really matter. It's just undoubles my pawns. That probably helps me actually more than hurts. Now we also have this long diagonal, which I might be able to. I can't really split because he can always move his knight back. But that might come into play at some point. I think I'll probably just take here. If he doesn't take, I'll just take. Get this pin. And then maybe knight to f3, I imagine. Because I don't want to do like an exchange stack. I can't really because he's got his queen covering it. Knight to f3, bishop to e, bishop to f4. This thing. His bishop's still locked out. My bishop's not doing much because it's not a real threat here. Because I don't really want to exchange this bishop for the knight, but it can protect this e4 square. I think I'm going to want to move the rook over here. And it also can possibly exchange off. I don't know why would I exchange off that? It's getting on the c6 square, which might become relevant. And if I can push c4 if I need to, though that seems like it'd be pretty bad. At this point, maybe queen to b1. And he probably should just play rook to c8, and then actually he's going to go ahead and back and go to b2. Bishop to b2, bishop to e2, maybe in c4. c4, which would maybe I'll actually play bishop to d3, and then I have like e5 push and some checks. That doesn't really do a whole lot. I'm not sure. Oh, he's got a check there. Well, the knight. That's not really a big deal. If he just plays here, that'll just help me on double up my rooks, or double up my rooks. Now I take, because if he takes with the queen, I have a c4 push at some point. Which doesn't really do much, but it does open up this diagonal with tempo. Also, I get it discovered here. Now I have a pass d pawn. So, go ahead and play c4. He takes. I think I might actually take with the queen. And then transfer my rooks to the c and d files, actually. That's kind of slow, but I think it'll work. The only problem is he's going to have an opposite colored bishop here. It doesn't do anything. So, I guess he can have, what's that, knight to h3 check. So I have to be careful about that, but it doesn't really do anything. His bishop's still locked out, and now he doesn't have the opposite bishops, so I think that probably wasn't a great move on his part. f4. That still wasn't. Well, what's he gonna do? This takes. I'll just take. Well, if I take the bishop, or takes, pawn takes, bishop takes here, takes, then I'll take the queen, so he's gonna have to take here, then I can take this thing, and then even discover it checks, and yeah, I think that works. I guess I could have checked it a little bit better. But, that should work. Bishop takes e5. And if the pawn takes, then I just play this. Oh, I guess he's got the knight h3 thing now, doesn't he? Okay, he doesn't really do that. Okay, e5. I have a discovered attack here, which should be pretty solid. But I'm not sure if I can get it to go. If I can play... I'll just take this pawn. See what he does. This pass pawn should give me a really good endgame. He's going to take that first. Now I'll have this file here, the E file. I'll definitely trade queens. 1 takes 2, moves back, takes. He moves there. I play check. Yeah, that works out well. So he takes. I actually play the pawn. Let me just do this. I play the pawn. I could just take the bishop. What's he gonna do? Oh, then he can play to here though, to rook to d7 and c problem. Preventing my pawn from getting forward. Which isn't that big a deal. I think it is a big deal actually. Because if I do it the other way, he can get his rook blocking here, and he give his king a little bit more space to get in this pawn's way. Now he can't really do anything about this. He's got to play rook to d8, because he can't play rook to c4. Or, it's rook to d5. Rook to d5 because of the c4 pawn. I guess he could, no, he can't play the king. I mean, I guess he could, but I just get a queen then. So he's got to play rook to f8. It's the only move he has. Then I take his bishop. Then he can play I guess he doesn't have to play rook to d8. He probably wants to play king to d7, but my rook will be blocking off his king. I can't play rook to e6. But I can play rook to e4. How many pawns is it? Yeah, I'm up a pawn here. So he can't. Now what's he gonna do? He's gonna move to rook to d8 on his next move. Okay. Okay, I think king to f2 is the move here. Let's see what he does about that. So yeah, he takes. I win another pawn. Check. Doesn't do anything. Guess I can move here, obviously. I'm threatening this pawn, which I'll take. Takes that. Check. King to f6. Just start marching this pawn up. And he's got to address that. Which he does by that. Okay. I'm going to want to try to keep as many pawns here as possible. Now I have rook take to here. Oh, you lost some time. Okay. Well, I think actually this might be a theoretical draw. Okay, GG. Game to him. I think it might be a theoretical draw. So that's like, I think I'm going to turn a win into a draw here. But this thing, maybe I should have played it a little bit slower. Just played, maybe I could have just played rook to b6 here. And if he pushes, I just take. He takes here, then I have two a pawns. He plays rook to a5, rook to b6 to protect the a pawn. Or actually, I could even play rook. No, he'll win one of these a pawns, and I think it actually gets to the same position. Except my pawns, or a similar position where I have a rook and a pawn, and it's otherwise symmetrical. Like I have the extra a pawn here, and it's two rook. We each have rook, which I think is a theoretical draw. Because what will happen is the pawn will be here, my rook will be here, and his rook will just be able to move back and forth, and my king can like run over here, and I basically won't be able to ever get my rook out of here and move the pawn here, and I'll never be able to chase his rook away because he can just keep on checking me. If I say, for instance, move my king down to here, he can just go check, check, check with his rook. I'm not sure if that's clear, but that's what'll happen. So, taking here might not have been best. And actually, here he might have been a better tactic where you play knight to h3 check, king. I guess, yeah, that's still probably better. Because knight to h3 check, king. Oops, here this position. Knight to h3 check, king. And then e takes f5. Or f5 takes e4. Threatening this bishop and this bishop. You know, I guess he can just play rook to f. Rook to e takes e4, which protects the bishop. So maybe that doesn't do anything. So I guess this does win the pawn. And right here, you know, maybe I could just play rook to e6 actually, or even rook to e7, and like bishop to a8. If he plays bishop to c8, then I can play. I think I can play actually rook to c7, and the bishop would be trapped. So we'd have to play bishop to a8. Oh, actually, then, you know, rook to c7, e7 here, I think. Well, he'd have to play rook to f7, and that would protect the bishop. I think I'm a little, oh wait, I think I can do longer videos now. I'm not sure. Hopefully I don't have to, like, screw around with this, but time-wise, I mean. So rook to c7 doesn't quite work, so rook to f7. Rook to e6. I mean, this should be, I think, a win for white, but it's a difficult, like, execution's pretty important here. Black has a lot of defensive resources, I think, mostly because his king's pretty close to this d pawn, and the white's king's pretty far away. So maybe actually just king to f2, and then like, or rook to e6, b5, c5. I don't see that really being that great. So he takes. I mean, the bishop takes, rook takes. Actually, my bishop would be pinned too, so yeah, b5 is going to be a big problem for me, for white in this position. As far as winning goes, not as far. I mean, I think black with b5, black is going to give himself a lot of chance to get a draw, because this d5 pawn becomes really weak. And I don't know, maybe d6. Well, if I take here, he plays rook to d7. You know, maybe I can't play rook to e7. He just takes, king to f7. I mean, not d7. So rook to f7. I mean, maybe I just play takes, rook to f7, rook to b1, and then he plays rook to here, takes, and then I'm protecting it. So that would actually be a big difference. That might be the kind of thing that might be what I'd have to do. Is actually I'd want the pawn on the sixth rank, and then I can protect it when I attack this pawn. That might be the key. So takes. If he just takes the pawn, I don't think that works at all, because I play then d7, rook to d8, and then rook to this square, rook to e8, and if he plays king to f7, I take, check, and he either takes the rook back or he goes here. Oh, he has to take the rook back. So takes the rook, and then I get the queen. So it's g takes f3, rook to d7, rook to b1, and then I imagine it's going to be rook to d7. Sorry, I keep on confusing the d and f7 squares. But yeah, eventually rook to d7. Or no, I think instead of playing rook to d7, he played b5 here. But b5 doesn't work either. I wonder if he could play maybe b7. Then I have c5. So if he plays rook from f7 to b7, I have c5. Then probably b5 might be his best move. And then I have rook to c6. I have 2 pawns on the 6th rank. I'm almost positive that's a win, without even really analyzing it. Yeah, it is, just because he's going to go here, I go here, and then he just goes here. Next time he played rook to b8, I play c7, rook to c8, and I just play d7, and he can take this rook, and I queen with this pawn with a check too, actually, and I get him. Or he can just move over here, and one of these pawns will queen. So rook to b1, rook to b7, c5 is a win for white. Rook to f7, rook to b1, rook to d7, rook takes b6, and then I'm protecting this rook. You probably just play a5, I imagine, and then c5, and actually that should be a win for white too, because he's not gonna, his king won't be able to get over in time. Well, you know, actually that c5, then like a5, or no, king f7, c6, then he takes the pawn, c7, takes the rook, and then I have a queen here. And so it'd be queen and rook. I guess that's a theoretical win. Queen and rook with equal pawns. Queen versus rook with equal pawns. That'd be kind of complicated. So that line does work. There might be a better line there, but I don't think I need to worry about it. f7, d7, rook to b, rook takes b6. And then he plays rook to f7. Oh no, his rook is on f7 right now. Oh no, his rook is on d7. So rook f7. c5, rook, or king to e6, rook takes a6, king to e4. Actually, it's not so bad. I think I still might have that c6 idea though, because I take c6, rook, and the rook's still protecting it, so he's got to play rook to d6, rook to c7. It's the same thing basically. Because if he can't even play rook to c6, because I just take, king, take, check, king takes, and then he takes here, or then I can queen with the pawn. So here I should have just, instead of trying to get this way, which I think is actually leads to a theoretical draw, I should have just taken the bishop, and then I wonder if actually he plays rook to f8 if that changes things. Rook to f8, rook to b8. The rook to b1 thing doesn't work still, or rook to b8 thing doesn't work as a c5 still. And b5, c6. It gives him a little bit more time, but he still won't be able to stop the pawn. So rook to f8, rook to b1, rook to d8, rook takes, king to d7, c5, king to e6, c6. Yeah, that actually might help him out, because then he doesn't, the c6 idea doesn't work nearly as well, because his rook is not under attack on the d7 square. And he would just take, he'd be able to play king takes d6, c7 with a discovered check from the rook on b6, and he just could take that with take the pawn with his king. I wonder if I can actually analyze this and move the pieces around. I'm not sure if I can. I think actually I can, but I don't know how. Which is nice. I mean, that's not too great. Analyze game. Use new board. Okay. Yeah, it's working. It's going really slow though. I don't want a computer analysis. I just want. Okay. I think. Yeah, I can go. Okay, cool. Now I can do it. No, I still can't do it. Well, I'll try to figure that. I'll try to figure out for next video or something like that, because that would be actually pretty helpful. And I think I can do longer videos now, so that'd be pretty cool to be able to do that kind of stuff better. But yeah, this was a win, and I think I pretty much analyzed the variations why, and that is, just to recap, it's G takes F3, rook to F8, and then rook to B1, rook to D8, rook takes B6, king to D7, C5, king to E6, and then I wouldn't play C6. Instead, I'd play rook takes A6, and then king to D7, and then I would probably play rook to probably play. Well, then I mean, then I'm up 3 pawns, and his king would be in a pretty good spot. Um, but I could also win these 2 pawns over here. So I'm just going to assume that's a win, just because of 3 pawns. I'm sure something I'll be able to get something through. Even if I lose these 2 center pawns, I'd probably be able to pick up these 2 pawns and just get to a theoretical win at some point. So I think up to that point the game was pretty interesting as well. But also I think I kind of discussed pretty well what was going on while I was playing, so I won't go over that in as much detail right now, at least. So, thanks for watching.